Video 251, Caregiver Burnout, Recognizing the Signs and Finding Respite Care. Caring for a spouse or aging parent is one of the most demanding jobs there is, and it rarely comes with a paycheck, a schedule, or a day off. Burnout doesn't happen all at once, it creeps in. Recognizing it early and knowing that help exists can be the difference between sustainable caregiving and a full collapse. What burnout actually looks like. Caregiver burnout isn't just feeling tired, it shows up as persistent exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix, irritability with the very person you're caring for, withdrawing from friends and activities you used to enjoy, changes in your own eating or sleeping patterns, and a creeping sense of resentment or guilt that feels impossible to talk about. Physically, chronic stress can raise your blood pressure, weaken your immune system, and worsen any conditions you're already managing yourself. If any of this sounds familiar, it isn't a personal failing, it's a predictable result of sustained, unsupported caregiving. Why respite care isn't giving up. Respite care means someone else steps in temporarily so you can rest. That could be a few hours a week from an in-home aide, an adult day program your loved one attends while you work or run errands, or a short overnight stay at a licensed facility while you take an actual break. None of this means you're failing as a caregiver or handing off your responsibility. It means you're maintaining your own health so you can keep showing up for the long run. Caregivers who never take a break burn out faster and often end up unable to provide care at all. The toll that often goes unspoken. Beyond the physical and emotional symptoms, many caregivers quietly absorb a financial cost too. Reduced work hours, early retirement, or money spent out of pocket on care supplies and modifications that never gets mentioned to anyone. And there's an identity cost as well. Caregivers often describe losing track of who they are outside the caregiving role entirely, since the role can expand to fill every available hour if it isn't deliberately bounded. Naming these less visible costs out loud, even just to yourself, is often the first step toward asking for the help you actually need. Where to actually find it. Start with your area agency on aging, which can connect you to local respite programs, many of them subsidized or free based on income. The Veterans Affairs system offers respite benefits for caregivers of veterans. Many memory care and assisted living communities offer short-term respite stays specifically designed for this purpose, sometimes for as little as a weekend. Faith communities and local nonprofits often run volunteer companion programs too. If cost is the barrier, ask directly about sliding scale fees. Many programs have more flexibility than their published rates suggest. Building support. Before you're at the breaking point. Don't wait until you're in crisis to look for help. Build a support plan while you still have the bandwidth to research it. Identify a backup person for emergencies, join a caregiver support group either in person or online, and have an honest conversation with a doctor or geriatric care manager about what level of care your loved one actually needs versus what you're currently trying to provide solo. Caregiving sustainably usually means sharing the load, not carrying all of it alone. Spotting burnout in another family caregiver. If you're not the primary caregiver yourself, but you have a sibling or family member who is, burnout can be easier to see from the outside than the person living it can see in themselves. Watch for a sibling who's stopped mentioning anything besides caregiving in conversation, who cancels plans repeatedly without explanation, or who reacts with unusual sharpness to small suggestions or questions about their approach. Offering something concrete, covering one specific afternoon, handling one specific errand, tends to land far better than a general, "let me know if you need anything," which is easy for an exhausted caregiver to wave off even when they genuinely do need help. So as we wrap up, here's the real takeaway. Caregiver burnout isn't a sign that you're failing, it's a sign that you've been carrying too much for too long without enough support. The exhaustion, the irritability, the isolation, the changes in your own health, these aren't personal flaws. They're predictable outcomes of a role that asks more of you than any one person can sustainably give alone. Respite care isn't stepping back from your loved one, it's stepping back from exhaustion. It's how you protect your own health so you can continue to show up with patience, steadiness, and compassion, not depletion. Now, here's your improved call to action. If you recognize yourself in any of these signs, reach out to your local area agency on aging this week. Ask what respite programs exist, what's affordable, and what support you're entitled to. Even one afternoon of relief can make a meaningful difference. Caring for yourself isn't optional, it's part of caring for them. And taking that first step toward help is an act of strength, not surrender. Thanks for spending this time with me today. If this helped you feel seen or supported, feel free to join me for more videos like this. And remember, you don't have to carry this alone. I'll see you in the next one.